is, I think, a good jumping off point here. What have you discovered is the number one factor that can negatively impact team performance? So what's sort of a nugget across the board that would be useful to people to learn? But what do you see as like what's like a big thing that hurts teams?
Yeah. All day, every day, my answer will be the same. It comes down to trust. I think in the media sphere, you hear the word engagement a lot. You hear engagement statistics and how that's on the decline and the drive for performance. But really, I think what's underneath ineffective engagement or poor performance is always trust. Do you trust that my intention is for you? Do you trust? Can you rely on, am I credible? Am I a person of character? Do you understand what my intentions are? All of those things work together either for me or against me as it relates to your ability to step closer toward what we're doing or back up. Think about people that you have an easy vibe with, that it really doesn't require a lot of work to get things done. Chances are very likely that you have a high level of trust in those relationships. And if you have somebody that you can think of that it's a struggle to work with, they may be doing something in their communication. They may have something that they're not aware of that they're doing that's creating a perception in your mind that they're not trustworthy. And that causes a lot of problems.
You said something interesting there. You sort of described it as understanding one's intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Can we dig on that a little bit? What does that mean? Because I could see a lead. I mean, I'm a CEO of a company. We got a team, but sometimes the leader's needs run counter to the team member.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody might raise a hand and say, "Hey, I don't want to do this job anymore. Can I have a different job?" Or like something may change where they're kind of in opposition to one another. What do you mean there about understanding each other's intentions? Or can you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So I think we all create some kind of perception in the way we show up. So it's not just the words that we say, but it's our demeanor, how we carry ourselves, what it is that we communicate, the tone that we use. And those things act like signals. So if you are super focused on moving your company forward, which you are, I know you're a very results focused, strategic thinker, thinking about the future of your company and the impact you can have. And that is wonderful to have that sort of big picture idea about what you want to do. When you are under stress, it is harder to do the things that are learned behavior. And if you tend to be a results focused leader, the
Mm.
relational side sometimes is harder to manage. So if you and I are working together and you're really under the gun for a deadline for whatever it is, you may be less focused on making sure I feel connected to you. I'm on the relational side of things in terms of my personality preference. So it's possible that your extreme focus on the result that you're pushing for, which is important, may override how we engage. So maybe you become a little short in your communication, or maybe you say something that makes me feel unvalued somehow. And it's not your intention, it's a product of being under a lot of stress. But the problem is that what it may cause is a question. I might be left thinking at the end of our meeting, does he really care about what I'm doing to help our company, or is he just concerned with the bottom line? I'm not really sure if his intention is for me or against me, or maybe just for himself. So anything that we do that undermines us causes a question of intent sometimes with people on the other side.
That's good. So yeah, so sort of the opening of relational intelligence, maybe listening for receiving trust signals and listening to how trust signals can be received.